Happy New Year, Throners, and welcome to episode number 1 of Ask Azor Ahype. This is my new and exciting video series which begs for your participation. You, the people, get to participate in a poll on Twitter each week and pick the topics and big questions I will be addressing in my videos. Let's start out the new year in style by dedicating the first episode to Direwolves. Also, make sure you stay until the end of the video to get the details on how to enter my Game of Thrones Season 7 DVD giveaway. The wolf is one of the most respected and feared animals all over the world, some parts more than others. They appear in various folklore, stories, and the Bible. Wolves are also ritualistic like humans, and their social behavior is based upon a hierarchical structure with an alpha male and alpha female. It's interesting because they are a lot like humans. They mark off certain territories as sacred, like their homes or where a loved one died. This to me signifies that they have a sharp intelligence and deep connection with their instincts. Which begs the question, what do direwolves symbolize in a Game of Thrones? In Native American culture, when you have the wolf as a spirit animal, it could be the expression of your sharp intelligence and strong instincts. The wolf symbolizes a strong connection with instincts, whether the wolf appears in physical form or in a dream, and it may reveal that you're using your instincts and intuition. In the very first episode of A Game of Thrones, we see each Stark child get a direwolf, and as we move through the seasons, we see that each direwolf is an extension of their owner. Wolves are wild animals that are not easily domesticated, and when they appear as spirit guides, they could be an invitation to look at what supports your authentic self and the true expression of yourself. The wolf is a reminder to keep your spirit alive and to trust your instincts to find the way that will best suit you. This is ironic because the mother direwolf was killed by a stag, and right then and there, Ned's first instinct was to not keep the direwolves. But because of his family's deep connection to the direwolf, it being the symbol of their house, he decided to let the children bear the responsibility of raising and taking care of these wild animals. This is one of the biggest moments in the series. It sets off a chain reaction of events, but I believe this is actually divine intervention. There is a reason why in the Lakota language the word for wolf means divine dog. Which brings me to a story from the Bible, one of the most interesting pieces of information I found during my research on wolves, the story of the white wolf and Moses. The angel approached Moses in the shape of a white wolf and demanded sheep from him to satisfy his hunger. Moses, the faithful shepherd, refused his demand, claiming that the sheep did not belong to him. The white wolf asked Moses, "How are you a man of God?" And Moses told him, "Could the animals speak? Who is the one that gives them the ability to do so?" Then the white wolf told him that he would be the one who would be the leader of Israel that will write the Pentateuch, the first 5 books of the Old Testament. This really spoke to me because the white wolf can speak, and we know that Jon's direwolf Ghost is a mute and can't communicate with his brothers and sisters. We also haven't seen Ghost in quite some time, but I'm convinced that the direwolves are more important than we know concerning the end of the Song of Ice and Fire. Are wolves transcendent beings, and are the Starks the ones who are truly connected to the so-called gods within the Game of Thrones? I know many of you will argue that there are no gods within the story, but there's quite a bit of evidence that suggests everything is happening for a reason on a much larger scale. And I don't think it's a coincidence that Jon is the true heir of Rhaegar Targaryen and Lyanna Stark, which leads me to the connection between the Hour of the Wolf with Cregan Stark and how Moses led his pack of people out of Egypt in the middle of the night. During the Dance of Dragons upon the death of King Viserys I Targaryen, Prince Jacaerys Velaryon flew to Winterfell on his dragon Vermax to gain the support of the Starks and the North from his mother Rhaenyra Targaryen's claim to the Iron Throne. The alliance known as the Pact of Ice and Fire stated that a Targaryen princess would marry into the Stark family, and Cregan pledged his support to the Blacks during the Dance of the Dragons. Lord Roderick Dustin commanded the first host of Northmen who marched south, known as the Winter Wolves, men who feared a long winter. They were followed by a larger host led by Lord Cregan Stark, many of whose men were childless, homeless, unwed, or young sons marching to war to spare their families from supporting them in winter. Cregan's host was denied in combat, however, by the poisoning of King Aegon II Targaryen. Lord Stark had intended to punish the leaders of Aegon II's Greens, but Lord Corlys Velaryon had already sent envoys seeking peace. Cregan held court at King's Landing for 6 days, a time known as the Hour of the Wolf, acting in the name of the 11-year-old King Aegon III Targaryen, who named him Hand of the King. Cregan had 22 men arrested for the murder of Aegon II, and Cregan Stark served as the Hand for a day, presiding over the trials and executions. Lord Stark resigned as the Hand the following day and returned to the north. The Hour of the Wolf refers to the 6 days in 131 AC when Cregan Stark, Lord of Winterfell and Warden of the North, governed in King's Landing. It was named the Hour of the Wolf, which is believed to be the blackest part of nighttime. Now, if Jon is to lead the people of Westeros through the long night, I believe that he could be both Azor Ahype and Lightbringer. It would be fitting because his journey very much mirrors the one of Moses, who had a guardian angel looking after him in the form of a wolf. We've seen Jon's character transform as he is starting to fully trust his instincts on his own hero's journey. And while I didn't talk much about the other characters, the other Starks, Arya, Bronn, Sansa, and Robb, they are deeply affected by their direwolves. And I felt it was important to address this thought in my head that keeps on popping up. And it's that Jon Snow will be king, leading his people to victory over the army of the dead and into the spring when nature blooms and rebuilds itself after a cold, dark winter. In conclusion, there is a reason George first named the last book in the Song of Ice and Fire series A Time for Wolves. The wolf symbolizes free will, death, and rebirth, and it's clear that Westeros needed to die and be reborn after all the suffering, war, and division it has endured. The wolf is a symbol of the night, and this time can seem lonesome and scary to us all, but it is also the time when through dreams we may discover valuable things about ourselves. The wolf teaches us to learn about our inner self and to discover our inner power and inner strength. However, to achieve this, we must take risks and face our deepest fears. The next video topic for Ask Azor Ahype will be determined by your choices, so make sure your suggestions for what topic you would like me to cover are in the comment section. So give me your suggestions, and the top 4 choices will go into a poll on Twitter in 24 hours. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like this video and you subscribe to the channel, and just make sure you click on that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the videos. And don't forget to follow me on social media and subscribe to the channel to enter my giveaway to the Game of Thrones Season 7 DVD giveaway. The links to my Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook are in the description of this video. Let's crush 2018 together, everyone. Hype and love.
Fuck the king.
How much for your little man?